5. If they lose to Oregon State, dude. Oregon State! Tell me what you think of the scoreboard. I try to reflect it off of what jerseys Oregon's wearing. Man. Oregon, dude. Oregon. Bro, there's no way they're making the playoff. There's no way. You gotta be blowing these teams out. Struggling with Oregon State. Jeez. I mean, come on. But final 8 minutes of the Civil War. Oregon's trash, overrated. Yeah, they are. Hello, Mason. How you doing? Man, Oregon, they got to be winning this game more convincingly. But hey, Mason, how you doing, buddy? Mason, what's the MSN game of the week? Here, Tyler. Mason, I always like to give him grief because his game of the week is always like the 8th best game of that week. Like, he had Liberty NC State as the game of the week one time. He had Texas San Antonio and UTEP as game of the week. Ohio State, Illinois has been canceled due to COVID cases found at Ohio State. Yeah, I did see that. Kick is away, and Oregon State will return it from the 1. Running laterally to the 15, cutting back to the 25 to the 30. Gets a block. And that's where it'll be taken down. It says Notre Dame 25. Here's the answer to the Aflac trivia question. When was the last scoreless tie in FBS history? I have no idea. Do you know? The last scoreless. Oregon State versus Oregon, November 19th, 1983. UTEP for the Natty. Oh, yeah, UTEP's a big meme around the college football community. 1st and 10, Oregon. What's our quarterback's name again? He's back to throw, looking, taking a shot to the sidelines. It's caught. 1st down, making a move, cuts back. And he'll be all the way up to the 43. What's the running back say? It's like Jamar Jefferson, right?
Yeah. Their quarterback's name is
Tristan Gebbia. Okay. 1980, that recent. Well, when did they make ties not a thing anymore? I don't know. Like, when was overtime introduced? Gebbia, screen pass caught by Oregon State, making a move, cuts back inside. He's got a 1st down. Gets carried all the way up to the Oregon 47. First down, Oregon State. Jeez, man. I'll tell you, man, Oregon State, they get up for this game. All right. Tristan Gebbia, 15 of 24 passing, 195 yards, 3 rushes for 8 yards, and a touchdown. Hey, Quincy, did SMU make the playoff? No, they did not. Actually, they still could. Playoff hasn't started yet. They're pretty much out of contention. Breaking news, Ohio State. Gebbia rolling to his right, throws middle, caught by the tight end. 1st down, breaks out of a tackle. Lowers a shoulder. He's up to the 38. It'll be about 2nd and 2. I said I would make a special video if Oregon lost. I said I would. No, Oregon will get a your season is over video. Because with the talent they have, they should be making the playoff. 2nd and 2, 6:30 to go. Gebbia hands to Johnson, and he's going to dive forward, but he's going to be a little bit short. It'll be 3rd and 1. No, there's going to be an Oregon video if they lose. And there might be multiple. And I like Oregon. I have an Oregon sweatshirt. I've always liked Oregon, but man, they just can't even. They just can't. 3rd and 1. Gebbia gonna throw. He's got his tight end. First down. 5:47 to go.
I don't like Oregon. I'm not the biggest fan.
This is probably a top 10 rivalry in college football. I mean, like, it is. Gebbia, 4 for 4, 35 yards on this drive. They set up from the 34. Gebbia, looking to throw, has all day in the world. Steps up, throws. It's going to be, he just throws it away. Our defense is horrible. Yeah, because what's his name? That Brady Breeze opted out. Who else? But they've got, all right, this Tyler Shaw, this quarterback they have, he's good, right? Do they still have C.J. Verdell? I think they do. Or they've got that Dye. Like something Dye. He's really good. They have Penny Sewell, one of the best offensive linemen in the country. Up the middle goes Johnson. He'll get about gets about 3 yards. No, but Penny Sewell, he's probably going to go like top 3 in the draft. Probably to the Bengals. They have Brady Breeze, who was going to be one of the best linebackers, but he opted out, quit on his team. They had, who else do they? They've got that Kevon Thibodeau. He's playing. Like with the talent they have, they should be winning these games convincingly and making the playoff. Gebbia back to throw, looking around, rolling. He's gonna run, and what was that? I don't know. He just kind of threw it away. Now it's decision-making time for the Beavers. They could go for it, or if they kick the field goal, they're only down by 1. And that's not like the worst thing in the world. It looks like the offense is staying out there. They're 2 for 3 on 4th down today. 4th and 7 from the 31. Gebbia back to throw. Looking, stepping up. He's going to run. He's got it. Wide open space. He slides down to the 16-yard line. First down. You're just not going to cover the middle of the field? Jeez, man. I like Oregon, man. I like Oregon. But they might leave me no choice in terms of making them eat a pile of shit. Tristan Gebbia, 17 of 18 passing, 2 of 6 yards, 1 touchdown. He has 4 rushes for 5 yards and a touchdown. 3:52 to go. They fake the toss. They're after him. Gebbia throws. It's going to be way over everyone's head. Hit one of the cutouts. I think those are a bunch of cutouts. Who's the best football player? Who's the best NFL player to ever come out of Oregon State? Brandon Cooks? Probably Brandon Cooks. Quincy's definitely a closet Oregon fan. Like, I am. Like, I like Oregon, but, man, they disappoint every year. And they might leave me no choice in making a video about him. He was a stud at Oregon State. Gebbia hands to Johnson. He's going to be wrapped up. A 2-yard loss there. Who? And Nick Madrigal and Adler. Oregon State's goated in baseball. Their baseball team is insane, like, every year. I mean, All right, 3rd and 12. Let's see. They got 3 wide receivers bunched up in a trips formation to the left. Gebbia back to throw. He looks. He steps up, throws middle, caught. They're going to get about 5 yards out of that. It'll be 4th and 7 again. And again, it's decision-making time for the Beavers. They'll probably go for it again. This clock's getting down there. 2:30 about.
Vanderbilt beat Valvo in basketball.
I saw that.
Weird.
4th and 7 is the... Wait, I can't tell. Are they kicking it? I think they're kicking it. No, they're going for it. Yikes, man. They got it on 4th and 7 last time. Gebbia back to throw. He steps up, throws middle, tipped, incomplete. And Oregon will take over. They have all 3 timeouts. Oh, man. The Oregon video might have to be postponed.
I would have kicked it there, honestly.
Kicking it doesn't really get you much, though. If they were going to kick it, they should have kicked it on the first 4th down. If they would have kicked it on the first 4th down, they would have had 4 minutes left. You get a stop. And then even if Oregon gets a touchdown, you're only down 8. 8's a 1-score game. But once they got that far, and with that little time left, they kind of had no choice.
Chill.
They won 45-0 over UMass.
Yeah.
The property, you just stop here if Oregon State can have a chance. Yeah. Bro, I turned this game off when it was 31-13. It was 31-19 last I checked. And all of a sudden this guy calls me, "Hey, you realize that Oregon State's up in this game?" I was like, there's no way. There's no way. I'll tell you what this game screams Brandon Cooks versus Marcus Mariota. Liberty should have been ranked. Iowa barely beat Nebraska. I don't know, man, but Liberty, who had they played? Who had they played? Bro, I hate how they slammed Coastal Carolina through the gates of hell. 20? Bro, they're the best group of 5 team. They're the best group of 5 team. They would beat Cincinnati. They're gonna go to some no-name bowl and just beat the hell out of some 6-6 Power 5 team. Do I have an Xbox? No, I got PlayStation.
I'm not just gonna wait.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, Coastal Carolina, they, jeez. Last 12 games against Oregon State, Oregon's 11-1 with a 20.2 average scoring margin. Little brother or what? 1st and 10, Oregon. Hands it right up the middle, and he's going to be tripped up. Maybe got a yard. Probably. No, BYU should be ranked that low. Coastal Carolina should be in the top 10. They have a ranked win over Louisiana Lafayette, who beat Iowa State, who beat Oklahoma. So you're telling me Coastal Carolina's 9 spots below Oklahoma? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Oregon State. Oh, apparently this Oregon State coach was their quarterback in 2000 when they won 11-1 and were ranked top 5 in the country. And they slapped Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl. They said they won 41-9. What happened the last time the Bucks played the Ducks? They were supposed to play this year, but that didn't happen. Bro, Oregon was supposed to play North Dakota State and Ohio State this year. They would have lost both of those games. Yeah, they would have lost both those games. Schlau. It's going to keep it. Eddie's wrapped up. Oregon State gets to the quarterback. It's going to be 3rd and 11. 2:09. They use their second timeout. Now, if you're Oregon, you have a decision to make here. You could just run the ball again and guarantee that Oregon State's going to have to use their last timeout. Or you can throw and try to get a first down to end the game. North Dakota State versus Oregon would have been the game of the week. Bro, North Dakota State would have won that game. I'm confident North Dakota State would make a bowl game if they played in the Power 5. They got to join the Mountain West. Them and Boise State could be like a huge rivalry. No, or move UMass to FC, or move like Old Dominion. Or move like, I don't know, who else is terrible? Rice. 3rd and 8. I thought it was like 3rd and 11. How's it 3rd and 8? They're going to throw. Schlau, looking, throwing middle, incomplete. Oregon State with the stop, and they save a timeout. Don't know what kind of throw that was. Should Oregon fire their coach? Like, this Mario Cristobal, like, he could recruit, but, like, what kind of play call was that? I see what they were trying to do, right? I see what they were trying to do with the drag route to keep him in bounds, but still, that's just... Like, where Oregon State's going in, like, a punt block sort of thing. And they didn't block it. Punt is away. It'll drop at about the 48. Picked up at the 45. He'll be immediately tackled. But Oregon State will have a minute 55, one timeout from the 47. Can they do it? Maybe. I feel I lose to Oregon State, I swear. I like the Oregon jerseys, though. Did you see South Florida's jerseys today? Those were ugly. Those were so ugly.
National Ugly Jersey Day or something?
No, someone search up what South Florida... Someone look up South Florida's jerseys. They were terrible. All right. We'll see where they go first round. Gebbia back to throw. 4-man rush. Throws. Is that not pass interference? Yeah, it was incomplete. The dude, the receiver, like, fell down, and the dude from Oregon, like, went to go help him up, but the ball was thrown his way. So, like, he kind of...
These are nice.
I like Oregon State's jerseys. They got, like, the cream outline on the numbers, but the thing just says, like, the little thing here just says Beeves. 2nd and 10. Gebbia back to throw. He's looking. He throws middle, caught. And he's got a first down. All the way up to the 41 of Oregon. Clock's going to stop now because of the, what's it called? It's going to stop because they got a first down. Minute 41, minute 40. Clock is now running. Gebbia back to throw. Looking middle, caught. First down again. They got it on the slant. First down to Bradford on the catch. Clock stops momentarily. Now it's running. Minute 32. Minute 30. Gebbia back to throw. 5-man rush for Oregon. Stepping up deep down the sidelines. It's incomplete. With a minute 24 on the clock. Oh, we're going to get a flag. And it's going to be an eligible man downfield on Oregon State. So what's this going to be? 2nd and 5 or 1st and 15 or 2nd? I think Oregon might decline this. An eligible receiver downfield. Oh, Oh, so it's a 5-yard penalty repeat first down. So it's going to be 1st and 15 as opposed to set. I would decline that. I'd rather have 2nd and 10 than 1st and 15. Okay. Or are they called illegal touching? I don't know. I have it muted. Gebbia back to throw. Steps up over the middle. Tipped and caught. First down, Oregon State to the 20-yard line. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but Oregon State still got down and got that catch. Minute 17 to go, and I think this play is going to be reviewed. Yeah, they're going to review that. It got tipped at the line of scrimmage. Like barely tipped. Like, I'm talking some like barely tipped it. Can't wait for them to spend 8 hours reviewing the clock. Oh, that's easy. That's obviously a catch. Yeah, that's obvious, man. Who's number 5 on Oregon State? Taylor. Nice catch by him. Here come the Beavers. Oh no, people are arguing about which football team's better in the chat. Hold on. Oh, Michigan fans here. Hey, Quincy, how's that Tennessee football team doing? Not great. Minute 17, clock's running. Gebbia back to throw. He's going to step up. Throws short. Caught by Johnson. He slips after about a 3-yard catch. Clock's running. I'd contemplate using my timeout here. They're not going to do that, though. Whistles, I think they did use their timeout. Or no, they didn't. They didn't use their timeout. 2nd and 7. Under a minute now. Gebbia, quick throw. Slant. Caught. First down. And breaking a tackle and getting a lot more yards is Taylor. 1st and goal, Beavers. Down to the 7-yard line. And an Oregon player's hurt. I think it's Thibodeau. Man, I don't appreciate the Tennessee slander in the chat. I don't appreciate it. I do not appreciate the Tennessee slander one bit. Oregon. This Tristan Gebbia, maybe not that bad of a player. All right, 1st and goal from the current drive. 6 plays, 47 yards, minute 2. 53 seconds. They're at the 6-yard line. Gebbia hands to Jefferson up the middle. He's going to get about 4 down to the 2-yard line. If you're Oregon, you might need to start calling some timeouts. I'm not kidding. Because do you want time? Because Oregon State's not going to give you any. Yeah, they just used one with 40 seconds. 43 seconds, my bad. Oregon State still has a timeout at their disposal, so they have the luxury of running the ball. Ohio State was going to have some fire jerseys. What were they going to be? Were they going to be like those weird gray ones? I hated those. Or like their black. I hate Ohio State's blackout jerseys. They're so ugly. It might be that they thrashed Michigan State in them, but I hate them. They may or may not have beaten Michigan State by 50 points in those jerseys. 2nd and goal from the 2. Gebbia, QB sneak. He's got it. Touchdown, Beavers. I think he's got it. Ref comes in late. No signal yet. Clock is running. No, he didn't get it. They're going to mark him. They are not marking him short. The clock is running. Why is the clock running? Yeah, they're called. Oh my goodness, that football is so close. Hold on, let me turn the volume up so I actually. These refs have no idea what they're doing. He said prior to any timeouts, the previous plays under review. They ran a QB sneak from like the 3-yard line. Why? You cannot see the ball. The ball is just invisible. Like you cannot. He just disappeared in a sea of neon yellow. Why do you hate Oregon? Because if they don't get it, Oregon is going to want to call a timeout to save some clock. Because if they don't. I don't know. You can't see the ball. I think you got to go with the call on the field, which was that he was short. Why would they run a QB sneak from that far away? I mean, like, it's an interesting play call, but come on. I was wondering, I was like, why does Oregon have such cool jerseys? Why do they have so many jerseys? It was like, because Nike's headquarters is in Oregon. I was like, well, why don't they make them for Oregon State? And someone goes, because they're Oregon State. Oh, he's in. He looks in to me. I don't know, man. It's really close. Man. Lol, a Tennessee fan is calling someone's jerseys ugly. I didn't call them ugly. I like Oregon's jerseys. I like both these teams' jerseys. It's just the South Florida jerseys that are all neon green. Those are ugly. And the Ohio State blackout ones. Those are ugly. I like Oregon's ones today, though. Ruling on the field is that the ball carrier was down at the 1-yard line.
Oh my god.
Here's the call. Ruling on the field stands. Wait, so they said Oregon State uses a timeout? Okay, Oregon State called a timeout with 36 seconds. Okay. I don't know why they would call a timeout. So Oregon State calls a timeout, right? If they don't, okay, so now they're out of timeouts. If they don't get this, they're gonna have to hustle for a 4th and goal play. Like, they better get up there quick if they don't get this touchdown. 36 seconds. So if they don't get this here, they're really going to have to hustle. Oh my, look how close that ball is. That is basically on the goal line. Okay. They're giving it the coach. So apparently the coach wanted to call timeout like as soon as the play ended, right? That's what their coach wanted. But they had to review whether or not it was a touchdown or not. Because the refs took like forever to make a call on the field. And they're saying if Oregon State would have challenged it, he would have gotten his timeout back. What? I am so confused. So if Indiana beats Northwestern, do they go to the championship? No, Indiana doesn't play Northwestern. The Big Ten championship is going to be Ohio State and Northwestern. What do you think? Northwestern is going to lose to Michigan State? Funny joke, guys. People do whatever's possible to make sure Ohio State plays more than 5 games. Ohio State, yeah. So yeah, apparently if they don't play 5 games, then like they're not eligible. No, the Big Ten will jump through hoops to make sure Ohio State gets those games in. The Big Ten will not let Ohio State not play enough games. Not unless, yeah, Ohio State would have to have another game canceled. I mean, I'm down for an Indiana Northwestern Big Ten championship. Have either one of those teams ever won the Big Ten? That's a serious question. I know Northwestern hasn't. Okay, so apparently now the clock has to go back to the time the runner was down, which was 40 seconds. Wait, so now Oregon's getting charged a timeout? Why is Oregon getting... Oh, okay, so apparently Oregon State challenged and called a timeout. No, so Oregon State challenged but didn't get it, so they called a timeout. And now Oregon's calling a timeout to not... I'm so confused. Doesn't matter, though. 3rd and goal from the inch line. They're that close. They're so close. They're so close. If they get stood up here, oh no. You got a QB sneak here. You got a QB sneak. 3rd and goal. They sneak. Oh, is he in? He stood up. There's a huge pile up. Huge pile up. And now the clock is stopped. Why? Hold on. Final timeout, Oregon. What is this is the most pitiful display of refereeing I've ever seen. And now Tristan Gebbia is hurt. He has collapsed on the field and the trainers are out looking at him. It's going to be 4th and goal. Is he in? No, he's not in. Oregon stood him up. Okay, wait. So neither team has any timeouts, and since he's short, as soon as they make a call, they gotta sprint to get the playoff. I feel like you gotta get more creative on 4th and goal from the inch line. Oh, talk about offsides on number 99 for Oregon. How did they miss that? No, that would just make it half the distance to the goal, which would do literally nothing. Half the distance to the goal, and that spot does literally nothing. So that's why he probably did that. Because what are you going to move it from the inch line to the half-inch line? That does literally nothing for Oregon. So that's fine. That's where you go with the Troy Polamalu jump over the center routine. Although I think that's illegal now. If they make it if it's like pass interference, I think they get a first down. Or holding, I think gives them a first down. Okay, so they put 5 seconds back on. There's 36 seconds now. The amount of time is honestly irrelevant. The only way the time is relevant is if Oregon State scores, how much time is Oregon going to have? It's 4th. Except now they're reviewing whether or not he got in or not again. No, he's not in. He's not in. Tristan Gebbia is being lifted off the field. He's not moving his left leg. So now they got to get the backup out there. Who's the backup? All right, so now their backup quarterback's in. First snap in the history of his career. There's no way they're going to let this guy QB sneak for his first snap of his career. 4th and goal from the inch line. And someone jumped. And Oregon jumped off sides. Or no, that might be a false start on Oregon State. Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 99. Replay 4th down. The ball doesn't even move. The ball doesn't even move. The ball doesn't even move. 4th and goal. 4th and goal. QB sneak. He's in. Touchdown Beavers. Oregon State has the lead. It's a touchdown and the Beavers are up by 2. The backup QB on the 3rd straight QB sneak gets the push from his O-line. And he's in the end zone. Wow. The first play for that guy from the game. And the Beavers have the lead with 33 seconds to go. Wow. Extra point. He missed it! There's a flag, though. He missed the extra point, but there is a flag. Oregon jumped off sides. There's no way. Oregon jumped off sides, so they get to kick again. Then that's a relief if you're Oregon State, because if he doesn't make this, then did he leave? Yeah, he left. Because if Oregon State, if Oregon gets a field goal, they win. Extra point, second time through, that one's good. 41 to 38. Oregon State, man. That has to be the longest series at the goal line I've ever seen. Jeez, man. Wow. Who's Nolan? That's the Chance Nolan. That is the first snap of his Oregon State career. And it's on 4th and goal. That Tristan, their starting quarterback, is writhing in pain on the bench. He is writhing in pain. Imagine being the backup quarterback, and then they're like, hey, you, come win the game. Wow. Jeez. They're coming over to talk to their starting quarterback, Tristan Gebbia, who basically led them down the field. They ran 3 straight QB sneaks. You got to get more creative than that, Oregon State. Almost cost you. Now, do you squib? Do you squib and not give them a chance for a big return? Little chip kick, gonna drop. They field it at the 25. That's where he slides down. That was really well executed. That was actually really well executed. They just sort of chipped it up into no man's land, and Oregon had nowhere to go. That's actually really well executed. Shout out to Oregon State special teams coordinator. That was a great video. What will I do if this game goes into 7 overtimes? Probably cry. What does Tyler Shaw and Oregon have right now? 32 seconds. What do they got? No timeouts. Schlau back to throw, looking, throwing, caught underneath. Breaks a tackle. Up to the 30 is where he'll get out of bounds. 24 seconds. They only need to get into field goal range. That got maybe 7 yards. That was a bad throw. He's lucky that running back broke that tackle. If that running back doesn't break out of that tackle. Wait, how do you pronounce it? Shuck or Schlau? I don't know. Did I watch the Georgia State-Georgia Tech game? I did not. It wasn't televised. 2nd and 2. Schlau, back to throw, looking, steps up. He's gonna throw deep, and it's incomplete. Just over the head of his receiver. He was in double coverage. And there's only 60. That was a clock eater. Only 16 seconds. What a wild game. What a wild game. No, don't leave. There's only 16 seconds left. If they get catches like that for more yards, they'll win. 16 seconds. They got to go with like a 10-yard out here. Or, nah, I would say you could run the ball and get a... No. They got to get like a 10-yard out here. Or they got to get a chunk play here. 3rd and 2. Schlau, back to throw. 3-man rush for Oregon State. They're after him. He throws deep, and it's knocked away. 9 seconds. Threw it up into double coverage, knocked away, and it's 4th. Now, you only need 2 yards, honestly. This is way too far for a Hail Mary. You've got 9 seconds. You have time. If you get a first down and you're tackled inbounds, you'll have time to get a spike off. Unless you take like a ton of time to throw the ball. So they could go with like a quick throw over the middle, rush up and spike it. 9 seconds. Schlau, back to throw. 4-man rush for the Beavers. Steps up middle, caught. Here come the laterals. They're going to pitch it back. It's dropped, kicked around, and Oregon State's on top of it. He's going to slide down, and the Beavers have won the Civil War and knocked off number 15 Oregon. They win 41-38. What a great win for Jonathan Smith and the Beavers in the great 104-year history of this rivalry. First win versus a ranked opponent since 2014 against Arizona State. Wow, what a great win for this Beaver program. They pull off the upset. Wow. Oregon State comes in and they get the dub. Wow. What a wild game. Yikes. I guess the Pac-12 hopes lie in the hands of USC. USC. Oh, jeez. Oregon State is 3-1. Or Oregon's 3-1. Oregon State 2-2. Jamar Jefferson, 26 rushes, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns. What a win for this Beaver program. I knew this would be a good game. I knew this would be a good game. This was the game of the week. What a huge upset win for the Beavers. I was like, Oregon State, they're vastly inferior talent-wise. They probably don't have, they definitely don't have nowhere near close to as good of a team. But this is a big rivalry game, the Civil War. I'm like, they will get up for this game. They will get up for this game. Yeah. Man, big upsets today. San Francisco knocks off Virginia in basketball. Other top 5 teams, other top 10 teams barely survive. Let's see. What's the developing story from college football? Ohio State versus Illinois game has been canceled due to COVID-19. So their coach has COVID. Apparently some players also do too. Wait. So don't you have to play 6 games to like be qualified for like the Big Ten championship or something? Oh, Eastern Michigan Central. What the? Wow. What a pick. Jeez, who's that? So Eastern Michigan guy bounces off his helmet. Wow, what a pick. Nice play there. Was Eastern Michigan, Central Michigan like a great game that I missed? College basketball. Bradley Darius Hannah for Bradley. Just postered this dude from Oakland. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. What a great day we had in sports. What a great day. Watch this. I can make this scoreboard do some crazy stuff. Somebody I gotta go get go. Somebody I gotta go get go. Man, how about the Beavers of Oregon State? C game. And Notre Dame's defense really showed up in the second half. They showed up in a big way in the second half. Because I thought after the first quarter, 14-14, I was like, this game's gonna be 70-70. But then they just locked up the second half. I'm telling you, North Carolina's got a for real offense. For them to lock them up in the second half like that really proved this defense is for real. College football sucks. NFL's more competitive. You hear this guy? You hear this guy? You hear this Jeff Finkelman? You hear this guy? The NFL's more competitive? NFL better than college football? Man, this guy. This guy. I don't know why good football players always choose Ohio State or Alabama. I wonder why two teams are ranked ahead of them. I wonder why Notre Dame and Clemson are both ranked ahead of Ohio State. I don't know, man. I wonder why Oregon State, a team vastly inferior talent-wise, just beat their older brother in their house. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Same teams make the college football playoff? That's interesting. Tell me the last time the same team won the championship 2 years in a row in the playoff era. You can't, because it's never happened. There has been a new team in the playoff every year of the college football playoff. So, and there will probably be a new team this year. Ohio State's only played one decent team this year. That's true. Hey, if Ohio State gets another game canceled due to coronavirus, you know what? Okay, who does Ohio State play? So hold on, because if Ohio State gets another game canceled, then they can't play in the Big Ten championship. If they get another game canceled, here's what they need to do. Let's see who's the rest on Ohio State. Alabama is going to be boring. Notre Dame is going to be boring. Clemson is going to be boring. Ohio State. People don't understand. That people just don't understand. Did they officially mark it on CBS as canceled? Yeah, they marked it as canceled. Okay. They play Michigan State and Michigan to end out the year, right? You know what Michigan State needs to do? And Michigan State, like everyone at the football department, get on this, all right? So they play them on the 5th. Here's what they need to do. Michigan State just needs to just be like, hey, we're ate up with coronavirus. We got like 30 players that have COVID. And cancel the game just so Ohio State can't make the Big Ten championship. Michigan State, get on that. Get on that. Get on that. You just screw them over. They need to do that. They need to do that. They totally need to do that. They need to do that. Come on, because like MSU's not winning that game. Stop yourself. They're not winning that game. And even if they do, Ohio State's still going to make the Big Ten championship. But get on that, MSU. Just fake a bunch of COVID cases and just say, hey, we can't play. We forfeit because we cancel. We want to be safe. Yeah, so Indiana technically does have a chance. It's just you would need either. So what Indiana fans need to hope is that either Ohio State, Michigan, or Michigan State, because they play Michigan to end the year, obviously, that one of those three just gets ate up with coronavirus. They just get like a ton of cases. Another Indiana fan, finally. Yeah, man, I like Indiana. That's one of my college choices. Right now, like my top 3 college choices would be probably Syracuse, Indiana, and Michigan State. Probably not Michigan State, though. It's going to be Northwestern Indiana. What's my favorite sports team? The Cubs and the Bears, like tied. Those would be my favorite sports team. Here's the thing, though. What a one-loss in let's say Michigan State goes through with my plan. Let's just say they go through with my plan, and they fake 100 COVID cases, and they cancel the game just so Ohio State can't qualify for the Big Ten championship. Let's say they do that. If Indiana wins, if they beat Northwestern, would they make the playoff? Would a one-loss Big Ten game make the playoff? I don't know. If either Ohio State or Northwestern runs the table, they're going to get in the playoff. Indiana not as good as Clemson, Notre Dame, Alabama. Yeah, they are not as good as those teams. I'll tell you who might be Northwestern. Northwestern's good. Their defense is for real. Come on. MSU, get on that. Get on that. Didn't watch the ending. What happened? Okay. Oh, so you're talking about the Oregon State game? Hold on. Wait. What is this?
Number of games played throughout the conference is 8. Ohio State has to play 6. They've already had 2 canceled. Remember, their November 14th game against Maryland was canceled because of COVID-19 in the Terps program. So they would have to finish the season and play against Michigan State and against Michigan and win those games, obviously. Now, it's important to remember, if the average number of games drops below 8, then so will the benchmark to qualify for that conference championship game.
Okay, so let's play scenarios here. Let's say Ohio State unable to play in the Big Ten championship game, and they don't have the number of wins clearly to get there. How would the committee evaluate them if they're undefeated?
They're not getting in. What do you think, a 5-0 Ohio State's going to get in? Hell no.
Well, there's 2 points there, Michael. The first is that the college football playoff has not set a benchmark for teams to qualify for a semifinal. So even though you need to play a certain amount of games to get in the Big Ten Conference Championship game, you don't need to play a certain number to get into a semifinal. The second part of that is that Ohio State, should they not be able to play in that conference championship game, they would be missing that tiebreaker if they were being measured against comparable teams. So that's the one thing that they wouldn't have. But guess what? When Notre Dame's an independent, they don't have that either. So do they make up for that in other areas in the community?
It's a 5-0. Ohio State making the playoff.
Let me ask you about this, Heather, while we have you.
No.
Oregon State.
All right, well, she's going to be like, Pac-12 kicking in, whatever. Don't care. Okay, wait. So this is boggling my brain. So they said if the average number of games played is 8, then Ohio State would have to play 6. But if the average number of games played is less than 8, then the benchmark to make it goes down. But wait, so every team originally started off with 8 games scheduled. Once there's one game that's not, wouldn't the average number of games be below 8? What? Okay. So wait. So there's no limit on wins to make the college football playoff. You could be 1-0 and make the college football playoff. Oregon has a 0.2 chance to make the college football playoff. Yeah, they're not making that. Ooh, USC, 13.5%. USC, they might. I don't know. They got to take care of business against Colorado, though. Okay, so now, let's say Ohio State can't play against Michigan or Michigan State. Let's say they can't play, right? Let's say they can't play. So that would mean Indiana would go to the Big Ten Championship, and they would play Northwestern. So they play Northwestern. If Indiana wins that game, they're not making the playoff. Because, Indiana would have the Big Ten Championship, but they lost to Ohio State. If Northwestern beats Indiana, they'd probably get in. But would they, though? Because who I get played? Who I get played? They'd probably pull out that argument. So I don't know. I think an undefeated Big Ten champion will get in, no matter who that team is. But it's if Ohio State can't play and, that hurts whoever the winner's strength of schedule is. I don't know. Bro, okay, so Ohio State, so their game against Illinois got canceled, right? Next week they play Michigan State. Michigan State's not winning that game. Come on. They're not winning that game. If Mel Tucker Michigan State can end Ohio State's season by faking a bunch of COVID cases. They can. They could just fake a bunch of COVID cases, cancel the game, and Ohio State wouldn't get to play in the Big Ten Championship. That's how Michigan State wins. If Michigan State's 2 biggest wins this year are beating Michigan and knocking Ohio State out of the college football playoff, that would be just the best season ever. That would be the best season ever. That is literally how you get back at Ohio State. That is how you make them pay. For, I don't know, whatever, but they gotta get on that, man. Michigan can do it too. With a 4-0 Ohio State making the playoff. I'm glad to see you hate Ohio State. I hate Ohio State and Michigan so much. I hate Michigan more. But, Quincy, doesn't it annoy you when your teams are bad because we all commit our sweet, precious time to watching them? Oh, yeah, like the Bears. No team has wasted more of my time than the Bears. They've wasted 3 hours of my time every week for 10 weeks. They've wasted 30 hours of my time. They wasted a whole day of my time. Maybe not waste. If you just like Ohio State type 1. They need to do that. If you are COVID positive, run into Michigan State's football operations. Don't actually do that. I joke. I'm not serious. Don't do that. But all Michigan State has to do is just say, hey, we got a bunch of COVID cases. We can't play. What are they going to do? Demand the test results? If you think Quincy's the best YouTuber, type 2. There we go. Quincy, does a one loss to Notre Dame get in if they lose to Clemson in the ACC championship? Shall we pull up the playoff predictor? Shall we? Shall we pull up the playoff scenario? I think we should. I could talk about this all day. Let's do it. Okay. Here. Wait. Hold on, I need to pull up my phone to pull up the chat. Here, I will talk about... Here, we're going to talk about all the playoff scenarios. I think we should. Hold on. I'm going to move my camera. I need to pull up my phone to pull up the chat. Here, I will talk about... Here, we're going to talk about all the playoff scenarios. Okay. Let's go, Quincy. Yeah, man. Okay. Nah, I don't want to watch A&M play. You have Coastal Carolina ahead of Cincinnati. All right, let me explain. Okay, this is my top 10. If you don't like it, tough. But let's go with what the actual top 10 is, right? This is the actual top 10. What, Cincinnati 7, Northwestern's 8, right? Right? Yeah, that's what it is. And then BYU, no, BYU's not even in the top 10. Here, all right, so here. Let's be honest, the top 8 are the only teams that realistically have a shot, right? Hold on, let's get one more team in here. Or hold on. So let's be honest right now, okay? Let's be honest right now. 1 through 8 are the only teams that have a chance, right? Right? Okay. Number 1, Bama. 2, Clemson. 3, Texas A&M. 4, Florida. 5, Notre Dame. 5, Notre Dame. What? Y'all don't like my top 10? Tough. Right? Tough. That's what I gotta say about that. Okay. Let's say, all right. Let's say that these teams stay the way they are. Let's say Notre Dame loses to Clemson in the ACC championship. That would move Clemson up to 2. That would put them up to 2. Let's just assume Ohio State play. That would move Ohio State up to 3. And then you would have to have a conversation of undefeated Cincinnati, 1 loss Texas A&M, or 1 loss Northwestern. Here's why I think they might not make it. Here's why. I know this is not true, right? I know it's not true. But what the committee is going to say, they're going to say Clemson had XYZ out the first time they played. And that's why they won. And we don't think Notre Dame's that good. And we think Texas A&M is a better team. And Texas A&M's going to get in. I think if Clemson wins, Notre Dame will be left out. I really think they will. Because I think, right? I think that... What? What's going on? Okay. Okay. So I think that... Okay, I will. All right, so I think that they're going to say, okay, XYZ was out, and that's why Notre Dame. Now, I know that's not true, right? I think that's like, I don't think that's like the actual case. I think that what's it called? I think that there's nothing Trevor Lawrence was going to do, right? There's nothing Trevor Lawrence is going to do in that game. But if Notre Dame loses, I think they're going to put Texas A&M ahead of them. Now we have to look at a different scenario. Okay. Let's say Alabama loses. Notre Dame moves to 1. And let's say Clemson loses. So that would mean Clemson would be out. That would mean Ohio State would move up to 2, most likely. 5-0 Ohio State moving up to 2. Jeez. And that would also mean that you would have Florida in. Florida would make it if they win the SEC. Right? Florida would make it. You would have to put in. You would have to put in. You'd have to put Alabama ahead of Texas A&M, right? Mostly because of the fact that Texas A&M lost to Bama, and like the only other team would be like Cincinnati. But let's be honest, right? They're gonna put Bama in over Cincinnati, right? I think Bama is the only team that is a lock if let's go back to the current rankings. If they beat Auburn. Let's say they lose to Auburn. That would put Notre Dame at 1. That'd put Notre Dame at 1. Probably Clemson at 2. It would have to be Clemson at 2. Clemson at 2. Ohio State at 3. And probably Bama at 4. This is what it would look like if they lose to, what's it called? This is what it looks like if they lose. But it wouldn't be this bad if people just listened and wore masks and social distance. Okay, yeah. Number 1, Bama. Number 2, Notre Dame. 3, Clemson. 4, Texas A&M. 5, Florida. 6, Northwestern. 7, Ohio State. They're overrated. 8, Cincinnati. Northwestern over Ohio State. That's bold, man. That's bold. Where's Michigan? Where's Michigan? Where's Michigan? This guy. Okay. And then if Alabama loses to Auburn, this is what it would look like. And then that would make the game against Florida a must-win. And let's say Florida wins. This is your playoff. If Florida wins, this is your playoff. If Florida wins and Notre Dame wins, if Alabama loses to Auburn and Florida and Notre Dame win, then this would be your playoff. Then this would be your playoff. Then this is your playoff. All right, you guys want to you want to know how this could end up being your playoff? This is if Notre Dame beats Clemson in the ACC championship. If Bama loses to Auburn and loses to Florida. Because think about it, right? If Bama has 2 losses and they're not getting in the playoff, Texas A&M's not going to get in because they lost to Bama by 28. Right? Or this could be your playoff. This also could be your playoff, but I think they would put Cincinnati in before. No. This is what I want to see. But that won't happen. So let's say Cincinnati, because they're going to put in Cincinnati over Coastal, right? This is what they would do, right? So Cincinnati definitely has a chance, but they're going to need some stuff to happen ahead of them, because this would mean Bama would have 2 losses, Clemson would have to, or you really want to get you really want to get crazy. Let's say, okay, here, let's go back to the current day. All right. Or, so right now, this is the current ranking, right? Poor Coastal. Yeah, man, come on. So right now you got this. Let's say Bama loses to Auburn, which would make our rankings this. Let's say Notre Dame beats Clemson. So Clemson's done. Let's say Florida beats Bama. So Florida's here. Actually, Florida would probably be here. Okay. Let's say Northwestern beats Ohio State. And that would mean Bama and Clemson over here would both have 2 losses. And then this is your playoff. Now this is perfection. This is perfection. Anyway, Coastal gets it. Okay. Here's what would need to happen for Coastal to get in here. Let's go back to the... So this is our current format, right? This is our current format. Let's say... Here's what would need to happen for Coastal to get in. Let's say Bama... Okay, let's say Bama beats Florida. Let's say Notre Dame beats Clemson. So that means Clemson's done. Actually, hold on. Here, what would Coastal need to happen? I love Coastal, guys. I love Coastal. I want them to get in. Okay, I think Bama and Notre Dame would have to win. That just would have to happen. Let's say Bama and Notre Dame win. That would mean Clemson gets knocked out. Oh no, what would need to happen? Actually, no. Let's say Florida beats it. Okay. Here's what Coastal needs. Coastal Carolina isn't getting in. They would put a 2-loss team instead of them. I don't know if they put a 2-loss team ahead of them. You're telling me you're going to put an undefeated conference champion? You're putting a 2-loss team over them? No way. So like Texas A&M wins out and Bama loses, they get in. Bama. Okay, so you're thinking if Bama... Okay, so you're saying, okay, here's okay. They would need Bama to lose, and I'll tell you why they would need Bama to lose. Or no. Here's what Coastal needs. They need Bama to lose to Auburn this week. So that would mean Notre Dame goes up to 1, Clemson goes to 2, Ohio State goes to 3, and then Bama goes to 4. They would need Notre Dame to beat Clemson, and they would need Florida to beat Alabama. I'll tell you why they would need Florida to beat Alabama. So that would mean Clemson and Bama are toast. History. They're done. And the reason they would need Florida to win is that way Texas A&M doesn't get in. Because if Bama loses 2 games, right? Bama loses 2 games, and they're done. They're not going to put Texas A&M in when they lost to Bama by 28. They're just not going to do it. Ohio State or Northwestern could win. Either one of them, that's fine. And they would need Cincinnati to lose in either the last game of their season, or they would need Cincinnati to lose in their conference championship game to whoever that may be. So that would mean Cincinnati would be eliminated. And they would need BYU to lose another game, which would eliminate them. Like, let's say BYU accepts their challenge against Washington and they lose. That would be the game. So that would mean the only other team left is Coastal Carolina. It's Alabama, not Bama. Well, Bama's shorter and easier to say. That's how Coastal Carolina gets in. They would need. Okay. So they need Bama to lose to Auburn and Bama to lose to Florida. They need Notre Dame to beat Clemson. They need Cincinnati to lose a game, and they would need BYU to lose a game. What about Oregon or Indiana in this scenario? Oh, Oregon and Indiana are done. The reason why Oregon and Indiana won't make it no matter what happens is they're not going to be playing enough games. Notre Dame, they're 9-0. Florida's like 7-1. Ohio State. In order for a Big Ten team or a Pac-12 team to get in, they need to go undefeated. So the only teams that still have a chance are Ohio State, Northwestern, and USC. Colorado's undefeated. Colorado's not going to get in. Who am I kidding? I'm kidding no one. Colorado's not going to get in. Oh, and they would – hold on. We forgot about something. Doesn't make sense. Gonzaga just crapped on Kansas. Yeah, Gonzaga just took a fat dump on Kansas. Here, we forgot about a team. Okay. Where does Southern Cal fit into the equation? They could, right? They could go undefeated and make the playoff. They could. They totally could. Now, what would need to happen ahead of them, though? Let's go back to the current day playoff rankings. Your current day playoff rankings are Bama, Notre Dame, Clemson, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Florida, Cincy. Here, let's just put Cincy. Let's put USC at like 10 for now. Here, I'm going to move Coastal Carolina over here just because we're not talking about them right now. So let's just say these are your rankings right now. Okay, these are your teams that like have a chance, right? These are your teams that have a chance. What would Southern Cal need? All right. I think they would need Bama to win out. They would need Notre Dame to win out. And they would need Notre Dame to beat Clemson. Notre Dame needs to beat Clemson for a lot of these scenarios to happen because I feel like a one-loss Notre Dame like has a good chance to get in. They would need so they would need Notre Dame to beat Clemson. That means Clemson's done. And then Ohio State moves here, and then it would come down to an argument between USC or Texas A&M. Because, like, Texas A&M would probably have, like, a better strength of schedule, but USC would be undefeated. So, I think they would definitely put USC in over Cincinnati or BYU. But USC technically doesn't need that much. They don't need that much. I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought, right? I kind of thought that Oregon was going to make the playoff. Because I thought if they go undefeated, it's going to be between either them or Texas A&M. And I don't know. Quincy, what's going on? You don't think they can get in? Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Florida, Cincinnati, Northwestern, Colorado at 9? USC's game was canceled? Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Colorado's insanely good. I don't think they are. Okay, here's what I'm going to end the stream on. What do I think will happen? I think Bama's going to run the table and beat Florida. I think Notre Dame's going to... I think Notre Dame will beat Clemson again. I think they will. I really think they will. Waiting for Quincy to play me in the show. Like, I think they will win. Because I don't think DJ Yui Yunga Lunga Lunga Tungalale. I think he might be better than Trevor Lawrence. I'm not even kidding. That guy's just as good as Trevor Lawrence. I don't think there's anything Trevor Lawrence would have done in that game. I think they'll beat him again. I think Ohio State will end up, they'll play Michigan State. I don't think Michigan State's going to go through with my plan, but it'd be nice if they did. And then I think what it's going to come down to is it's going to be Texas A&M or Southern Cal or Cincinnati. And I think Southern Cal, I don't like Southern Cal that much. I don't think they're that good. I think Southern Cal is going to either not have enough games played or lose at some point, which means the only team left is Texas A&M. So this, okay, hold on. So this is don't pay attention to the bottom part. The bottom part means nothing. This is what I think the playoff is going to be. If you want me to go more specifically into my rankings, I think it would be like USC, Cincy, I think it would be like I think this is what the final rankings will be. It'll be like something like this. This is what I think the final rankings will be. Because I don't think Southern Cal's gonna like lose, but like they're not gonna have enough. They're just not gonna have enough. I just don't think they will. This is what I think the end of season rankings will look like. This is why and then who do I think will win between Notre Dame and Ohio State? Ooh, I don't know. Probably Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame will win that game. Bama already beat Texas A&M. I think they could beat him again, although I don't think it would be as much of a slaughter as last time. And then I think Bama would beat Notre Dame. This is how I think the season will end. They don't have enough games to get to number 5. Yeah, but like, are they going to lose? That's the thing. Like, here's the thing about Southern Cal. Like, they could go like 6-0, and they'd be ranked ahead of a bunch of teams that have a loss. But it's like they're not gonna have enough to get into that 4 spot. So this is what I think the end of here. Let's get rid of this. This is what I think the end of season will look like. This is what I think it'll look like. But I'm gonna talk to you guys later. I'm gonna go play Redbirds in the show. I'm gonna go beat him senseless, beat him blind. Does Notre Dame keep at least the college football title game close? Yeah, they keep it close. This is not like 2013 or whenever y'all played them. When did y'all play them? 2012? When did Notre Dame play Bama in that title game and got just killed? Joe, do you go to high school with Quincy? No, I don't. I don't go to high school with him. Why do I hate your teams? I don't hate your teams. It's just your teams aren't very good. But this is what I think the final rankings will be like. Southern Cal is going to beat Oregon. Come on. Oregon lost to Oregon State. Come on. They lost to Oregon State. 2012. Okay. Yeah, I think Bama might be as good as that team. Notre Dame's way better than that other team that made it in 2012. But if Auburn, hold on. If Auburn can beat Bama this week, that could shake some stuff up. And the games are still left to be played. 10% chance for Pac-12 team to make the playoff. Oregon went from Oregon went from a 27% chance to make the playoff, which actually, like, that's not bad. That's not bad odds. They went from a 27% chance to a 0.2% chance. Like, even if Oregon runs the table and they beat it, like, let's say Oregon goes out and they beat USC, right? Let's say they beat USC. Who are you going to put in? Texas A&M, who has a win over a top 5 Florida team, and whose only loss came to Bama, or Oregon, who's going to have one ranked win and a loss to Oregon State. But they would have the conference championship. That's the big thing. So there's like a chance, but it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Get out of here, Oregon. Just get out. Now, here's another possibility. Here's a possibility. 27% isn't that bad. On the other hand, 0.2. Yeah, they needed to win that game. I hate this girl. This girl that like covers the college football playoff. Like, what's her name? I don't know. She's annoying. I don't like her. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. All right. So here's the thing. She's like, oh, the committee talks about tiebreakers. Like, shut up. Here's a possibility. Because, like, you tell me the last time a bowl game was played by two teams in the same conference. Now, the national championship between Georgia and Alabama, that's different. Okay? That's different because that's a... Here, I'm looking this up. Mountain West foes Colorado State and Nevada meet this year in this year's Arizona Bowl, making it the first time since Nebraska and Oklahoma meet in the 1979 Orange Bowl that two teams from the same conference play in a bowl. Mountain West Commissioner Craig Thompson called the All Mountain West game a travesty, and it says it shows the bowl system is broken. That's true though, because like isn't the whole point of the Heather Dinich? Yeah. She gets on my nerves. I don't like her. Man, what a travesty, this Heather Dinich. No one likes her. Okay. The reason I don't like her is she's such a pessimist. She's such a pessimist. Like, she was talking about how she's like, oh, there's no way the season's gonna... And I hate that. I hate how she talks. And she's like, she's such a pessimist. And she's like, oh, it's gonna be near impossible for the playoff to go on. I mean, it's just impossible with a global pandemic to go on for college football to be played. Like, I don't like her. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, two teams in the same bowl. There's no way that the Sugar Bowl and the college football playoff are going to put two teams from the same conference in a bowl. So, this might happen. They might make Notre Dame one, regardless of whether or not Bama would be worthy or not, or what might be more likely is that they do this. This might happen. This could happen. They could put Texas A&M ahead of Ohio State. It wouldn't really matter. It would be the same matchups, but like, you're picking up what I'm throwing down, right? Chrissy, can I be in one of your videos? Maybe. We'll see. I think it's easier to get good linemen in free agency than a QB. I mean, like, I guess, but it's been 366 days since a top 5 team lost to an unranked team. Duke and Stephen F. Austin. Jeez. Shout out to San Francisco, man. Shout out San Francisco. They beat top 5 team. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna end the stream. Any last words from anyone here? Thoughts on Vandy having a woman place kicker tomorrow? That's cool. I hope she makes like a 60-yarder. Like, having a girl kicker play, like, that's cool. But it'd be better if she plays well. Doesn't there like, well, I forget what the occasion is. Like, doesn't their regular kicker have like coronavirus or something? That's cool though. That's really cool. You think the Bears should draft Zach Wilson or Kyle Trask? They should draft Mac Jones. I'd rather have Jones than either of those two. I'd be fine with Trask. I do not want Zach Wilson. Okay. I'm going to end the stream. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.